On the 40th day after the massacre of protesters in Iran, memorial ceremonies for the victims transformed cities large and small across the country into scenes of demonstrations against the Islamic Republic. In some cities, including Abdanan, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps opened fire on the public. University students, who in recent days have been the driving force behind the protests, and whose classes at various levels have been moved online by the authorities out of fear of escalating unrest, had called on the public to hold memorial gatherings and go on strike. Many cities observed a complete shutdown. Even where authorities refused permission for ceremonies, people gathered in the streets where victims had been killed and chanted slogans against Khamenei.
The slogan people have been chanting in recent days, "For every one person killed, 100 will rise," speaks directly to the country's current condition. It reflects how the anger and hatred of tens of thousands of families have become intertwined with the broader public, and it is this very fury that will ultimately bring down the Islamic Republic.
Meanwhile, the release of a video from the backyard of a hospital in eastern Tehran has once again inflamed public anger. The footage, reportedly from the morning of January 9, shows what some witnesses claim were wounded protesters who were still alive when they were transferred there by the Islamic Revolutionary Guards, allegedly to die. The massacre of January 8 and 9, exclusive videos of which show protesters seeking refuge in a house after coming under heavy gunfire, marks an unprecedented crime in Iran's history. As time passes, more catastrophic dimensions of the tragedy are coming to light. The director of Tehran's main cemetery has now confirmed that some of the wounded were shot at close range to finish them off. Dozens of such cases have so far been documented. One of them is Farid Ramazani, who after being shot was killed with a final bullet by an IRGC officer in the street. After killing him, the assailant stole his mobile phone and necklace and then fired another shot into his hand, which bore a crown tattoo. Officials later demanded payment from his family for all 3 bullets before granting permission for his burial, while cities such as Najafabad, which had witnessed bloody clashes, have seen massive demonstrations in recent days. In Mashhad, people chanted in the street where Hamid Mahdavi was killed, the firefighter who carried an injured person on his shoulders and was himself shot. Following the massacre of protesters in Iran, grieving families abandoned traditional religious mourning rites. Instead, as a sign of anger and protest, they turned to dancing, rhythmic clapping, and martial music to demonstrate the depth of their hatred for the Islamic Republic and to signal that their outrage now targets the very religious foundations of its power. Umide Habibinia, London, for the Media Line.